I'm here on Eiler Field, where men's fraternity walk traditionally takes place, but with men's numbers slipping, IFC decided to get involved this year. Austin did say, with being in the Big South, he is hoping to see more season ticket holders. The one thing he did promise is, for as long as he is athletic director, he promised students will never have to pay for tickets. With last week's snowstorm dumping almost a foot of snow on the ground, Long University grounds crew were stretched thin, resulting in 2 days of canceled classes. Brianna DeWolf has the story. I'm here at Stubbs Residence Hall, a staple of Longwood's Greek community. Both fraternity and sorority members alike have been warned that if they violate these new terms, they could see fines of up to $25 per person. Fraternities and sorority chapters have been warned they could also see steep fines for enacting fraternity sweethearts and sorority sweethearts. For LUTV, I'm Brandon Kelly. On Friday, in front of hundreds of spectators, IFC is hoping an increased number of men will run to their respective fraternities. And I'm Brandon Kelly. With the potential of financially being cut by millions of dollars, I recently went down to the state capitol to see how this could potentially affect Long University students. Shortly after 4 p.m. on Saturday, March 22nd, a brush fire turned structure fire broke out on 412 Longwood Avenue near North Bridge Street. The fire sent plumes of smoke high over the town and attracted many residents in the area. One of the first witnesses to the fire, Derek Colblance, describes what he saw when they arrived to the scene.
My buddy saw the smoke, and we went up the road and stopped, pulled off the side of the road, and saw the fire was started behind the shed. Bamboo was popping, and it was spreading the way the wind was going.
Witnesses to the fire grew disgruntled when it took the Farmville Fire Department almost 30 minutes to respond. During that time, a garage, 2 cars, and roughly 4 to 5 acres of land caught on fire. The owner of the garage, Willie Brown, alerted first responders that there was potentially propane and nitrous tanks in the burning garage. Upon that notice, police and fire evacuated the premises. 4 fire companies, including Hampton-Sydney, Rice, Prospect, and Farmville Fire Department, responded to the blaze and within 30 minutes had it under control. Chief of the Farmville Fire Department, Andrew Gose, said that the magnitude of the fire occurred for many reasons.
The reason for the spread is due to the winds today. At about 3 o'clock, we had 10 to 15 knot winds gusting to 20 to 25 in a western or easterly direction. It spread the fire, and that's why I climbed the hill to the back and got into the bamboo over here.
It was determined the fire was started by a juvenile who started a small brush fire which quickly got out of hand and spread to the garage. No charges have been issued as the investigation is still ongoing with the Virginia Department of Forestry. Chief Gose said although the fire has been put out, the potential for another field fire in this area due to the dry vegetation is still very high risk. For Longwood Weekly News, I'm Brandon Kelly. $25 million. That's how much money financial aid needs to stay the same over the next 2 years. Without this money, students could see an increase in tuition costs and less funding. Since the Great Recession of 2008, public schools such as Long University have seen state funding for financial aid cut from 60% to, in some cases, 20%. Such cut like this puts students in difficult situations when it comes to paying for school. As of now, some lawmakers are debating on funding for financial aid an extra $25 million to keep it at its current levels. Kurt Cox, Majority Leader of the House of Delegates, says that if we continue underfunding financial aid, some students will be priced out of a quality education.
Well, frankly, if it doesn't stay affordable, you're just going to price so many students out of the market that we'll never have that, it's corny, we'll never have that great opportunity to aspire to the dreams they want to in a free society like America. You just simply can't come out of college with $25,000 or $30,000 or whatever it is of student debt.
Unlike many budget proposals at the state capitol, this increase in funding is not a partisan issue. Governor Terry McAuliffe, who ran on the idea of affordable higher education, had this to say: "Access to higher education is a big deal to me. I cannot help grow the economy if students can't afford an education." With the understanding that the General Assembly may not pass the full $25 million this year, Justin Pope, former AP reporter on higher education and President Reevely's chief of staff, says there are ways for students to help keep the price of schooling down without relying solely on financial aid.
Scholarship funds ranging from things that support books, experiences, research, to things that support tuition that are out there. So students should talk with the financial aid office.
With a majority of Longwood students supported by financial aid, this lack of funding could result in tuition hikes. For LWN, I'm Brandon Kelly. As the chill of late fall turns to the bitter cold winter, college hoop fans know it's that time of year again, when players lace up and take the court for the quest of making the NCAA tournament. For junior guard Tristan Carey, this season has more meaning because of the Big South.
The push, the determination to win a championship for once, you know. It's been an independent school, now we got something to play for, and everything's like a level up from last year. Playing harder, you know, playing against good teams, we get to play for something actually meaningful now.
The 6'4" guard from Colonial Beach, Virginia, holds the third-place spot for most points in a single season in Virginia, behind Moses Malone and Allen Iverson with 884 points. While Carey is now a Lancer, after a year of recruiting him in high school, head coach Mike Gillian said he decided to go elsewhere.
At the end of that year, we certainly felt we had built a great relationship with him, with his high school coach, with the people in the school, with his mother, but he made the decision to go to LaSalle University up in Philadelphia. Now, at the end of his freshman year at LaSalle, I don't believe it turned out to be all he thought it was going to be. And he contacted us and said, hey, I'm interested in transferring. I want to go look at a couple of different places. And Longwood was one of those, and it didn't take him long to decide that he should have come here the first time around.
Carey said the fact that Farmville is just like where he's from back home was one of the factors that made him transfer to Longwood. The other, his mother, who also encouraged him to come to Longwood.
Just because she's like been there through me like since day one with everything, you know, always have my side, always giving me inspirational stuff before games, after games, telling me how hard I play, telling me like what to do better next time. She's like my hero pretty much.
Carey's teammate, redshirt forward Jelani Dublin, says not only is Carey a good teammate, but he also motivates him and rallies the team.
When we're down, he's always like, let's keep fighting, and that's what we need on the team. Person that could pump us up in times when we're down, and he's a great teammate. If I'm down on defense, he'll tell me what I'm doing wrong. If he's having mental lapses during the game, I'll tell him what he's doing wrong. So it's all about us helping each other out.
As the newest members of the Big South, Carey said he wants to make a statement, and he wants to make that statement with some authority. For LUTV, I'm Brandon Kelly.
Definitely just my whole life. Love the game. It's just the passion and the love and being on the field and just feeling the dirt and seeing the game is just amazing. Well, I started playing baseball when I was about 4 or 5, and I was better than all of them, so they didn't say anything. And if they did, I was a pitcher back then, so I just gave them a big old welt.
Gotta get here! Hey, come on!
Megan Montel, in right field,
There are several things, number one, that jump out at you. Number one, she's got the size. When we went to her practice, she had the energy. She wanted to be there. She wanted to play softball, so you knew that it was a big part of her life.
Awesome. She's an awesome kid. And I'm very proud. Her mother's proud. All of her family's proud of her. All Division I is where we wanted to be, and I couldn't be no more prouder. She just pushes and pushes and pushes. I love her to death. For a person, yeah, I love her.